The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, upgrade for Port Moresby General Hospital, senior health officials summoned, and executives formed to revive Rugby League. Port Moresby General Hospital is set to transform its critical care capacity with the introduction of a state-of-the-art 20-bed intensive care unit, alongside the long-overdue rehabilitation of the mortuary facility. This milestone project, funded by a generous grant aid of nearly 36 million kina from the government of Indonesia, marks a significant leap forward in healthcare infrastructure.
The launch of the modernization of the intensive care unit and mortuary was officiated by Prime Minister James Marape, Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Chachenko, and Indonesian Ambassador to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Andriana Supendi, and esteemed members of the diplomatic corps and key government departments. The new ICU will be a state-of-the-art 20-bed facility, while the mortuary design will consist of not only storage for the deceased, but also an embalming facility, forensic medicine department, funeral services, and a chapel, among others.
Lots of great things to look forward to. Shows you what can be achieved when we all work together in partnership. I thank the Indonesian government, I thank the ambassador and the former president and foreign minister for their dedication and their love and their commitment to PNG.
The launching today of the ICU and mortuary modernization project is part of our assistance to include eventually the intensive care unit. The lessons of COVID-19, including the anguish of those who lost loved ones, coupled with the limited resources available in this hospital, including mortuary's ability to look after the bodies prior to burial, has become our concern together.
This initiative is part of a broader bilateral cooperation between both countries, aimed at strengthening healthcare infrastructure and addressing critical needs in the region.
The government of Indonesia stands ready to continue assisting in the development of such cooperations after the internal processes are concluded by the relevant authorities in Papua New Guinea.
Indonesia, thank you very much for stepping out to assist us. We have many work that we've been doing together. My notes here list a lot of work that we've been doing, and I can go through all of them, but in the interest of time, I will skip all this. And I just want to say thank you very much for your assistance. The work that we've started is maturing. We look forward to continue to work with you as a partner nation and a nation closer to home.
The project is said to signify Indonesia's support for Papua New Guinea in the realm of healthcare as the country approaches 50 years of independence. Maricela Kelaton, TVWAN News.
The hospital's CEO, Dr. Pake Molumi, extended gratitude to development partners, recognizing key contributions from JICA, the governments of New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and China, among others, in funding specialized medical facilities.
In the mortuary, through you, His Excellency, I want to thank the People's Republic of Indonesia for the support. The mortuary has been an issue. You may have seen on the papers. This facility was built when I our population was about 3 million. And it's got a capacity of 60 bodies. Now we are storing bodies of almost 300 bodies in containers. So His Excellency, it's timely that it's going to address a problem of storage of those that are passed on, and this commissioning will help us build that facility so that not only we want to save those who are living, but we must give a decent farewell to those who are passed on.
The Catholic-run St. Mary's Vunapope Hospital in Kokopo, East New Britain Province, has been upgraded to a Level 4 hospital for the district. A launching was held on April 25th at the Rabaul Archdiocese Mission Grounds to signify this elevation from Level 3 to Level 4. 95 years ago, it was established as an aid post and has been serving Kokopo and the other districts of East New Britain Province throughout the years. In acknowledging the partnership between the government and the church, Archbishop Rokas Tatamai said the service of giving is part of evangelization. Archbishop Rokas further appealed to health workers at the hospital to ensure that they treat patients with priority regardless of one's convenience and preference. Health Minister Elias Kapavore and other health officials have been summoned by the Prime Minister to a meeting on Friday, May 2, 2025, to address issues raised by the country's leading gynecologist, Dr. Glenn Moller. Last week, Dr. Moller raised concerns about mothers giving birth on the floor of Port Moresby General Hospital's maternity wing and how a Japanese aid project would have eased this burden.
This has come to the attention of Prime Minister James Marape, who has intervened to address delays in a Japanese government grant aid project to upgrade the maternity wing at Port Moresby General Hospital. The Prime Minister has summoned the Acting Secretary for Health, Dr. Osborne Liko, Minister for Health, Elias Kapavore, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Justin Kachenko, Port Moresby General Hospital Chief Executive Officer Dr. Paki Molumi, Dr. Glenn Mola, and all involved in the Japanese government grant aid project to a meeting on Friday, May 2, 2025 to resolve this matter. He underlined the need for professionalism in handling international development partnerships, stating that when partners like Japan step in to help, there must be no obstacles but respect and honor these partnerships. The Prime Minister acknowledged the leading gynecologist Dr. Mola for raising the matter publicly and urged relevant authorities to act immediately and plan for the future. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Papua New Guinea celebrated a major milestone with the launch of a new 50 kina banknote and 50 toya coin, marking 50 years of independence. Prime Minister James Marape paid tribute to the visionaries behind the national currency and reflected on its importance in shaping PNG's identity. PM Marape described the kina and toya as powerful symbols of Papua New Guinea's independence and unity. He said the new banknote honors the bold vision of leaders like Sir Julius Chan and Sir Yano Bello, who introduced the country's currency in 1975. The Prime Minister emphasized that the currency not only supports the economy, but also represents PNG's cultural pride and resilience over the past 50 years.
Born and birthed right from the heart and inner sanctum of our people's trade and commerce, even before there was a country called Papua New Guinea. May this story inspire next generation of Papua New Guinean traders and pick this moment where not just local domestic PNG trade, but international trade is within your doorsteps and a fingerprint away.
This is TV1 News. After the break, more female lawyers admitted and Dr. Billy calls for fair elections.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Open Nets.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
This is a game like no other. They are always brutal.
The fearless gladiators will unleash raging fury.
Physicality like we have not seen.
It's war.
Raise your bat, and why not? What a stage to turn on the magic.
Oh, balls of beauty. It's definitely need to calm down here.
It's a new year.
That is exquisite rugby league.
A new season with new beginnings, new leaders, and new hope. The only thing that isn't new is the dream.
That is the NRL at its absolute best.
It all starts now. The NRL Telstra Premiership. Let's go!
Welcome back. The University of Papua New Guinea is going through a week-long 70th graduation ceremony, commencing yesterday with the School of Natural and Physical Sciences. Today saw 188 graduates walk out in flying colors with masters, bachelor and diplomas from the School of Law.
The only law school in PNG is from the University of Papua New Guinea, and today saw 188 students graduate from the School of Law's faculty. Graduates were certified in the Bachelor of Laws Second Class Division 1, Second Class Division 2, Pass, and Diploma in Law Prosecution. The ceremony also saw one graduate from the Master of Laws Nomisen Napo. During the ceremony, guest speaker Sir Moyave encouraged the graduates to spend their time in the provinces of the country and serve the people.
My CV does not tell the full story. It does not tell you all my failures and the trials and tribulations I had to go through. Yes, I want to be a social worker, but in the end I found my true calling was in politics. Is law your true calling? Please don't spend all your time in Port Moresby. Go into the provinces and serve our people.
Graduate respondent Zerua Gramon spoke on behalf of her cohort, acknowledging UPNG and the faculty as far as the security guards for their contributions. She also gave thanks to families, sponsors, guardians, spouses and children for the support, emphasizing how an individual graduating truly takes a village.
Right now, we're in the process of moving on to the crucible of real life. From here, most graduates have two main options to proceed to: the Legal Training Institute or employment. Whichever path you take, I know that you will be successful if you have character, a good work ethic, and the fear of God. You're all very capable law graduates, and this degree is a testament of that. I have no doubt that if we keep this up in our respective walks of life, in whatever crucible we end up in for the next 50 years, we'll be transformed, and we will transform wherever we interact with for the better.
UPNG's 1 week 70th graduation will see 1,435 graduate. Yesterday saw the School of Natural and Physical Sciences. Tomorrow will be the graduation for the School of Business and Public Policy, followed by the School of Medicine and Health Sciences on Thursday, May the 1st, and closing off the graduation with the School of Humanities and Social Sciences on Friday, the 2nd of May 2025. Jasmine Rajak, TVWAN News.
Chief Justice Sir Gibbs Salika has acknowledged the Legal Training Institute for certifying more female lawyers than before. Salika said this is the third consecutive year that LTI has trained more female lawyers than males, signifying the important role some women play in the law and justice sector.
Before it used to be male-dominated. Now, for the last 3 years, it is the female population has dominated the lawyering profession here in the last 3 years. And so I want to congratulate the Legal Training Institute, the University and the Legal Training Institute, and the trainees yourself. Well, now the new lawyers, I should not call you anymore as trainees.
After 15 years, a young man from Pipi village in Enga province upgraded his law degree to become a master's holder at the University of PNG's Law School faculty. Nomisan Napo was the only graduate today under the Master of Law program and says he has been through a lot to get to where he is today.
Among the 188 that graduated today at the University of Papua New Guinea's 70th graduation for the School of Law was Nomisan Napo, the only master's graduate from the law school this year. Napo graduated with his law degree in 2011, and today he attained his master's, something he never thought he'd accomplish in the future.
I graduated in 2012. I got admitted in 2012. I've been a lawyer with the Constitutional Law Reform Commission for about 9 years. I resigned as Director of Constitutional Law. I was also once a Deputy Secretary, acting Deputy Secretary then. And then there's being a lawyer, but then there's a difference between being a lawyer and practicing law. So just I've been practicing law since 2022. And this is my fourth year. And within 2 years, I actually applied for my own practice certificate, and now I am the principal of my own law firm, Napo Lawyers.
Nomisan returned to undergo his master's program in 2016. However, due to circumstances, he could not complete his course, which was temporarily on hold. For 9 years of ups and downs, Nomisan stayed strong.
When you study law, you study everything. But when you go down to doing masters, it narrows it down to a certain area, and then it makes you a specialist in the area or the field that you are trying to do research on. So it actually brings you and gives you opens your mind, and then it actually synchronizes what you have learned, and it makes you a better person. And then also it opens the pathway to finding answers into new areas.
In October 2024, Napo submitted his LLM thesis by research and was finally advised this year of his completion. He gave insights on his LLM thesis and hopes that in some small way his research may prove a useful addition to the legal literature in PNG, promoting indigenous people's human rights.
As MOE said, we are a developing country. We are only 50 years, and we have a lot of loopholes. Like, for example, myself, I wrote about the customary ownership rights, research on that. I said oil, minerals, and petroleum, gold, the ownership should be given to the landowners and not the state, because we are using a misapplied concept. That is what the Chairman Provincial was talking about, the underlying law. We need to develop our own laws. So I based my research around that. There's more work to be done. even my work can be furthered by some other people. I also raise questions in the research. So it's a work in progress.
Napo's next goal is to attain his PhD. Jasmine Rajak, TVWAN News.
Inspired by her father to pursue a career that involves working with people, 26-year-old Tess Ashley Tavaperi leaves no stone unturned as she stands tall to become a lawyer.
Tess's dream was fulfilled when she set her sights on practicing law after undergoing almost 9 months of training at the Legal Training Institute. Graduated at the University of Papua New Guinea under the School of Law in 2024, Tess never thought Friday, 25th April, is a day set not only for her, but 90 others who will be admitted to the National and Supreme Court Bar. Reality unfolds as she joins her colleagues to receive a certificate of admission which qualifies them to practice law in Papua New Guinea. Hailing from West New Britain and Central Provinces, Tess is the fourth born in a family of 5. She had encountered many challenges in her life, such as peer pressure, but that did not stop her from striving to become a lawyer, an inspiration that was established through her father.
Inspiration would be my dad. He always talked to me at a young age about pursuing a career to help people. And also, growing up, I saw a lot of injustice around me, and I wanted to pursue a career where I would actively be able to help those who are vulnerable and unfortunate.
Representing her family, clan and tribe, Tess dedicates her achievement to her father and family for the support, words of encouragement and prayers that strengthen her to become who she is today.
For all the support that my family and friends have given me, especially my parents and my close family, and I look forward to pursuing a career where not only do I love what I do, but also I can be able to help other people in my community.
Tess is determined to use her career to serve people who are vulnerable to justice, making sure their voices are heard. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Member for Nipa Kutubu and Minister for Defence Dr. Billy Joseph has commended the Kutubu local level government for successfully organizing the inaugural Nipa Kutubu District Development Authority meeting held recently in Pimaga.
Nipa Kutubu District Development Authority Chairman Dr. Billy Joseph praised the Kutubu local level government President John Pipikila's efforts in bringing together local leaders to address critical development issues facing the district during the inaugural DDA meeting at Pimaga. The meeting marked an important milestone reflecting a commitment to collaborative governance and community engagement. Dr. Joseph emphasized the significance of such gatherings in fostering dialogue and outlining development priorities that align with the needs of the community. He noted that the success of this meeting sets a positive precedent for future initiatives aimed at improving the quality of life for the people of Nipa Kutubu.
People of Nipa Kutubu all turn out, although Kutubu is almost about 4 or 5 hours from the turnoff from the Islands Highway. I was very impressed with the turnout. You know, the president provided leadership as a demonstration of his leadership. He was able to pull the whole 18 councillors, the educated elites, landowner representatives, development partners like Santos. They're all there, and the leaders basically took the whole day to express their views and their frustrations, not just to the local DDA government, but also to the provincial government and the national government. So, as a representative of government, someone who is also in cabinet in the current Mapabiroso government, I feel I'm pretty satisfied that I give them the opportunity.
The minister also expressed his support for ongoing efforts to enhance infrastructure, education, and health services in the region. He said strong local leadership is essential for sustainable development.
We've also committed to build a double classroom for Waro Primary School, teacher's house for the Pimaga District Hospital or Rural Hospital, and also Bakwale Primary School, double classroom there. And if we have some money, we will also put something up for the Hegeso and Orokana Primary School. So we're focusing on educational infrastructure where DDA can partner.
This DDA meeting is the first of its kind to be hosted in Kutubu since independence. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Meanwhile, Dr. Billy Joseph has urged all intending candidates contesting in the local level government elections to be transparent and fair in their leadership and allow the people to vote freely based on their conscience.
Been issued and councillors are going to their wards and doing their campaigns and all that. It's going to be a prolonged almost 10 weeks of 10 or 12 weeks of campaigning. So I've told them to take their time, campaign peacefully, no violence. And also I'm very strong because ward members are the last line of government presence in the communities. We must appoint good leaders with credibility and people with good standing in communities so that they will be representing the government through the Ward Development Committee to fix some of the community issues before it escalates.
And now for the finance news. The Kina closed lower at 0.2452 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying 0.2377 US dollars, 0.3673 Australian dollars, 0.2004 euro and 33.42 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee and copper closed higher, cocoa, palm oil and crude oil closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones, ASX and all ordinaries closed higher. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news overseas when we return. Stay with us.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up a big smile on face. Time cook him chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
This honking is doing your head in. Why don't you go and put a stop to it? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang ding, ding ding bang, bam bam.
Motor, Pepsi motor. Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but
For Sam Darry, he's brought greater physicality to his game this year. Here they are, into the corner, he scored! Chances of a goal, it is! The Pies are in front!
We know how he does it!
This April, we shine the spotlight on the unknown, the untold, and the unjust. How can we be self-sufficient in food, energy and water? Follow urban farmer Christopher Liao as he takes on the challenge to build a floating farm within a year. On the new season of Growing Wild, Project Castaway. Uncover the forgotten stories beneath Singapore's most iconic landmarks and abandoned sites.
There are hidden ruins, many of them with a military past.
As we reveal the lost secrets and pivotal moments that shaped the nation in Hidden Histories. In rural India, thousands of women are giving up their wombs to make ends meet. But is it worth the sacrifice? Find out why these women undergo unnecessary hysterectomies and how it has changed their lives forever. In Woundless. This April on CMA.
Second quarter, good to go. No Cam Glidden for the Tuatara as Tuach looking to get going, and he does. It's a good start.
Is that little Horns flare that got CJ a 3 earlier?
Oh, he pulled.
While we know when voting will start, there's no time frame for when it will end, with experts calling this one of the most unpredictable contests in history. ABC reports.
The conclave to elect the 267th Pope of the Catholic Church will begin on May the 7th. This vote is surrounded in secrecy. It takes place in the Sistine Chapel, where there is a communication blackout. Only cardinals under the age of 80 are eligible to vote. And the makeup of this conclave is vastly different to when Pope Francis was elected in 2013. In fact, he has anointed 80% of the cardinals who will be taking part in this vote, and is much less Eurocentric, with many of them from Latin America, from Africa, from Asia, Oceania.
Pope Francis was loved the world over. He was a Jesuit. He stood up for the working class, the poor, the homeless.
This Pope, he was a bit different to some of the others. You know, he had a humanity, a simplicity that I think appealed to people. I think that's why it's brought so many people to Rome, frankly.
I'm hoping the new Pope will be a unifying figure, kind of bring everyone together across all countries, races, creeds. That's what I hope for most. I think Pope Francis did a great job of that. So,
there are a maximum of 4 votes that can take place each day, and a 2/3 majority must be reached. All eyes will be on the Sistine Chapel chimney. If the ballot is unsuccessful, those votes are burned and black smoke will be emitted from the chimney. But if a 2/3 majority is reached, white smoke will be emitted. The Pope will be asked if he consents and accepts this role, and he would then be asked what his name will be.
The Australian state government has released new figures. It says show its tough youth crime laws are working, but the Premier won't set a definitive target for his highest priority: fewer victims of crime numbers. That's despite a pre-election pledge to do so.
Welcome figures for a Premier who campaigned to end Queensland's youth crime crisis.
It is a step in the right direction, but it's far from job done.
The first tranche of adult crime, adult time laws passed last year and sees juveniles sentenced as adults for crimes including murder, manslaughter and robbery. From December to the end of March, almost 1,400 cases were lodged in Queensland courts that included an adult crime, adult time charge. That's almost 800 fewer cases than last year, a 32% drop.
It's important that we do not take our foot off the accelerator of this. So the early signs are positive, but it comes off a base that is far too high, and a state that has experienced too much carnage.
As I understand it, this is a data set that's never been used before, that's never been pointed to before. It has literally been cherry-picked from filings within the court.
The youth crime offender rate was already decreasing prior to the LNP coming into government.
Professor Goldsworthy says it's still too early to see the impact of the tough legislation.
You would need at least 12 months of data with these laws being in place to make any kind of claim as to effectiveness or non-effectiveness.
David Crisafulli staked his career on reducing victim numbers, but has distanced himself from a specific figure.
I gave you that in the election and I said fewer victims per head of population.
Parliament will debate the latest additions to adult crime, adult time next month. They include rape, attempted murder and arson. However, the government won't release advice from an independent expert panel to support the new inclusions.
Let them do their job. There's more work to be done.
Australian Prime Minister and opposition leader are continuing their blitz of marginal seats in the last week of election campaign. The Prime Minister is back in Brisbane, where he is looking to turn the focus back to Labor's housing policies, while the opposition leader is under pressure to reveal costings for the coalition's policy agenda.
After a lightning tour through 4 New South Wales electorates yesterday, the Prime Minister has gone north to Queensland. Anthony Albanese is set to shift his campaign focus today to housing and housing affordability. We understand Anthony Albanese will be spruiking Labor's plan or promise to build 100,000 homes specifically for first home buyers if the party is re-elected. Now, here in Brisbane, Labor is very keen to reclaim the seat of Griffith and possibly even win the seat of Brisbane, both currently held by the Greens. You can expect the PM today to be pressed on Labor's costings released yesterday. Treasurer Jim Chalmers is promising that the budget will be about $1 billion better off over the next 4 years. However, the forecast deficits over that time still total $150 billion. Labor is now heaping pressure on the coalition to reveal its costings and particularly the savings the coalition plans to make to fund its election promises. Like the Prime Minister, Peter Dutton has been setting a cracking pace. 4 seats yesterday. You can expect a similar sort of momentum today. Mr Dutton starting his day in Sydney.
Australia's live music scene is under threat, and it's even more acute in regional areas. In recent years, around 1,300 venues have closed, and the high cost of living is also having an impact. Researchers say grassroots programs are one way music can stay alive outside major cities.
Bianca Feyer has been playing live shows in the Riverland over the last 4 years, but says chances to play in this region aren't easy to find.
For young emerging musicians, or especially for singer-songwriters, like myself, there aren't a heap of opportunities that are just there for you. You sort of have to make your own.
Music SA has taken a new approach to solving the problem. In Mount Gambier, it's trialling a program designed to support venues continuing to struggle in the wake of COVID shutdowns.
It's about taking the expertise into community at a very grassroots level, asking the people on the ground what they need from us in terms of skilling up and building pathways.
Across the border, Music New South Wales have a similar program focused on the skills of regional artists.
We're looking at how do we develop the artists who live in these places and create opportunities for them to tour.
This is TV1 News. Next in sports, Babo mentor runners and Madang set to revive Rugby League.
Tell him shorty come get it. Come grind on me, but mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like him? Pepsi, you like him? Pepsi bottle.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Hurry PNG and enter today to be considered for the 2025 Power Play PNG Awards. Brought to you by ExxonMobil and the PNG LNG project, these awards recognize exceptional Papua New Guineans making significant contributions in the LNG and decarbonization industries. Could you be Papua New Guinea's next great power player? There's only one way to know. Enter now to find out.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
It's a new season with new beginnings and new hope, all for the same dream. It all starts now. The NRL Telstra Premiership. Let's go!
Welcome back. Former PNG legendary sprint king and 1991 Pacific Games 400-meter record holder Subul Babo has come out of retirement to join Athletics PNG as assistant coach for the mini games team. Under Team PNG head coach Brett Green, Babo is leading 13 athletes to Manila for the Philippines Open Championships this weekend as a lead-up preparation for the mini games in June.
13 athletes left for Manila yesterday as they set out for quality competitions in the build-up towards the mini games. Coach Subul Babo said the invitational trip is good for the athletes who have impressed coaches with their commitment back home over the past weeks. The trip provides some strong competition to fine-tune, test out their speed, strength and agility. Babo said the team is balanced with current and up-and-coming long-distance runners, including medal prospects Karo Iga, Daniel Bowell, Cialis Pasingen, William Pekka, and Robert Oa. Babo said apart from the older ones, the two young female athletes from Western Britain, Denlyn Kimbangi and Patricia Kuku, will also make their second overseas trip.
A mixture of very young athletes and a couple of older ones. We have long distance. They've been competing in the last Pacific Games, mini games. So we can see those hurdlers, the ones Tony is looking at to get them fully ready for the mini games. And then we have two young girls from West New Britain. They are in Team PNG. I think they have the last Oceania Games to Fiji. They went. That was their first international meet.
From past invitations, PNG is not far behind Manila, Thailand and Singapore. Babo says this trip is another opportunity for athletes to compete against quality opponents. Babo is confident of the prospects shown by the current group of athletes who are hitting their peak and doing well, especially the ones who are training and competing overseas. Babo has been amazed by some of the incredible times run at recent competitions. He made special reference to Timothy Tuna and Pius Whistle, who are killing it in the US and Australia.
I tell you what, I think this year will be a very, very, very successful year for track and field. I mean, we have heard the guys in America and the guys in Australia are running really fast time, and even the PNG ones here, they are really. So I am looking forward for some. I'm just gonna put it. Good times, very good times. These guys in America, the kids in America, they just left us and went. Man, those times, we've never ran those kind of times, and they're running it, so we're looking very good.
Long-distance female runner and University of Technology student-athlete Monica Kalua, who hails from Eastern Britain, is part of the group and looking forward to compete against the best athletes from the Asian region.
My expectation to Manila, because we have a big game coming up, so this Manila game it's a leading competition for our mini Pacific Games. That's going to be in Palau. So my goal now that I've set is to set a timing there. I think that will motivate me to, run better.
The traveling athletes include Daniel Baul, Benjamin Lyle, Robert Oa, Karo Iga, William Pekka, Sialis Passingen, Abel Siune, Dule Goye, Siune Kagel, Monica Kalua, Ray Kumalaheru, Danlin Kinbangi, and Patricia Kuku. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Gulf Provincial Government has assured to fully back rugby league in the province. At the Gulf Provincial Government Executive Council meeting held recently at Lese Oalai Village, it accepted the presentation from the Gulf Provincial Rugby League Board Chairman Jacob Ivaroa and his directors.
Governor Sir Chris Iveta committed to supporting the local league in the presence of Provincial Affairs and LNG Manager Kikori MP, Soroi Yoe, and PEC members, including the Gulf Provincial Administration. So far, franchise PRK Gulf Iso, Kerema, Kikori, Siopusa, Mailovera, West Ihu, Tuaripi, Kerema Schools, and Port Moresby Gulf West are benefiting from the provincial government support. He stated that rugby league is impacting youth in East Kerema and West Kerema. Provincial Board Chairman Jacob Ivaroa and Directors Henry Miro and Gideon Koru acknowledged Iveta and PEC for their continued support. The Provincial Rugby League Board is dedicated to the development of rugby league and the pathway in the province. Ivaroa emphasized that the Gulf Provincial Government must deliver positively to the 8 affiliated leagues. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And finally, there have been some significant developments for the Northern Rugby League Confederation in reviving rugby league in Madang. An interim Madang Rugby League executive is in place, comprising prominent local members to get work off the ground.
The Madang Rugby League Executive Committee convened on April 25, 2025. In attendance were Robin Iveke, Northern Confederate Director, and members of the League Committee, which comprises various roles essential for the League's functioning. Administrator Albert Tobe, Secretary Newman Tom, Security Manager Billy Rapura, Public Relations Bobby Rezi, Games Manager Luke Moka, Grounds Manager Joseph Passingen, Business Representative Paul Rocks, and Nines Game Coordinator Jojo Moke. The committee aims to revive rugby league in Madang, which has been inactive for 6 years due to factors like COVID-19 and insufficient infrastructure. The participation of historical clubs such as Royals, Brothers, Hawks, Divinewood, and North Raiders is encouraged to restore the competitive spirit of rugby league. Madang League Administrator Albert Tobe mentioned Madang's rich history of producing top rugby league talent and expressed a desire to see that legacy restored through active participation and robust competition.
But we think PNG RFL, they've invested significantly by erecting new perimeter fencing, which is made of steel and brick. It's a very good fencing, and then now they also have assisted in removing the squatters' headless. So now the field is free and it's ready for use. Last year we have the Madang School Rugby League competition. They've been using it. That's actually composed of several schools, primary schools especially within Madang town. And they ran the competition last year, and this year they started early and they're using it now. And we, Madang Rugby League, we're starting now.
The PNG RFL has invested in enhancing the Ron Albert Oval by constructing fences and clearing squatters. The venue is now ready to host various league matches, including schools rugby league competition. The Ron Albert Oval has been utilized by the Madang Schools Rugby League competition since the previous year and is in full swing for the 2025 season.
But currently we're doing ninth competition basically to reignite the passion and interest of rugby league in this part of the country. Because over the last 6 years, like I've said earlier, we haven't played. So the competition is actually dormant.
Local clubs have begun hosting matches at the Ron Albert Oval, with 7 clubs registered for the 2025 season. Meanwhile, Iveke emphasized that backing from the PNG RFL, along with Morambe Kantes, selecting Madang as their training ground and would bolster player interest and provide economic benefits for the region. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy periods with possible rain showers and thunderstorms. Alotau, some showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Lake, occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, occasional rain showers with possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, some showers with possible thunderstorms. Highlands, all centers, occasional rain showers. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea, seas slight to moderate, becoming rough at times over the western sector, with east to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots at times over the western sector. Solomon Sea, seas smooth to slight with northeast to northwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth to slight, becoming rather rough at times with northeast to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots, gusting to 25 knots at times. And Pacific Ocean, seas smooth with northeast to northerly winds of 5 to 10 knots. And coastal waters. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, Kerma, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samare Island. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 meters to 3 meters along the warning areas. And waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters rising to 2.5 meters at times. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Do take care out there in this wet weather. Always good to be cautious. Thank you for your company. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by